Now, another really interesting thing, that if you look, good and evil in the Quran is about loss and gain. And that's the point that he's making. You think you're gaining something by getting rid of me. I say you're losing something. You think I'm losing something by depriving me of life. I say I'm gaining something because I believe in life after death. He's putting it in terms of loss and gain. And that's the real understanding of good and evil, is that it's about loss and gain. So who gains and who loses? That's what you have to look at. When you see the world, who gains and who loses? Because you can see this man who gains all this wealth through his corrupt transactions. But has he really gained? Even in the New Testament, what does a man gain if he's obtained the whole world and lost his soul? I mean, what have you really gained? That's a different way of seeing the world, of seeing good and evil. And that's why when you look out, you don't know what's going on. You don't have an idea. I mean, I was with Sheikh Abdullah with Ahmedna, and we were in Mauritania. And in West Africa, in Mauritania in particular, the people with the least in that country are the blacks. And I asked him once, about just that situation, because it always bothered me. So it really bothered me when I was there. And he said to me one time, he said, if you look in terms of this side of the world, you only see one thing. But he said that if you look in terms of the other side, the people that have the greatest difficulty in this world and have the patience in dealing with that have the least hisab in the next world. And he said, لَعَلَّ اللَّهَ أَرَادَ أَن يُخَفِّفَ عَنْهُمْ. That's literally what he said. He said maybe that these people are just people of paradise. So it's a different way. Now, it doesn't justify the condition. You still have to oppose the condition, but it gives you a different perspective on it. In other words, the way that was used in the past is to opiate people and to justify injustice. And Islam never does that. It says you still have to oppose the wrong, but don't assume that it's all evil. Do you see? And that's the point, because you just don't have the full picture. You only have a portion of it. And that's at the essence of what this is about, of recognizing good and evil as loss and gain. And that's why the Quran says, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. Allah could have said, لَفِي شَرٍ. By time, the human being, the nature is that he is in loss. He's losing. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Except those who believe and do good deeds. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. And they enjoin what's right, and they enjoin people to be patient, because it's difficult. There's many things that are wrong in the world. So you enjoin right, but you also have to enjoin people to be patient and bear the difficulties of the world. Because if all you have out there is the demand for right, and not recognizing that not all the wrongs will be righted in this world. And that's where we believe in the next world. That the wrongs of this world, there's a grave that I saw of one of the Muslim slaves that was here in America. I think it's in Mississippi. But it shows a hand like this. His name was Yusuf. And on the gravestone, it wasn't a cross. It was a hand with his finger pointed up. And it said on the tombstone, there is justice in the next world. It's going to happen. If it didn't happen in this world, it'll happen in the next world. And so that's a different way, again, of seeing the world. Is that if you don't believe in that, then you'll go insane by looking out there. Because there's just so much wrong out there. You will go insane. And it doesn't mean to accept it. And that's what's important. It's not that you accept it. In other words, that you should do what you can to redress the wrongs of the world. But it doesn't destroy you that they're there, because you know they're there for a wisdom. That is the point, is that there is a hikmah behind that. That there's nothing that happens in the world that does not have a wisdom.